Hello everyone, a very good morning to all of you. Very happy to see you guys dedicated on Sunday morning. And I see a lot of people already sending a good morning, a very good morning to all of you. I saw Krishnom had joined earlier, Dilip, Niru, hey Ajay, hello Komal, Tripati, Bhumika, Balaji, Hardik, hey Divya, how are you? Morning, hello Priyanka, Pranav, I see you again. Good to see you guys in chat again. Hey Soundarya, B. Sai Kiran, welcome back, Mehak. Nuruddin, very good morning. Hello, Hasi, very good morning. Vrinda back in the class, right? We were talking about strategic management yesterday. We started our chapter number 1, which is Introduction to Strategic Management. Very cool examples, good examples about business and how probably businesses design their strategy. And when we were talking about, a very interesting thing came out that we were, right? We were thinking about how is strategy different from planning. Okay. Balaji says audio is missing. I think all of you can hear. Is it just Balaji? You guys can hear me. Give me a thumbs up. Oh, Balaji, it was your side. Awesome. Okay. Audio is okay. Thank you so much. So we were talking about strategic management and how is strategic management basically a combination of strategy and management, where management had two meanings. Okay. The people, the key people who take decisions, and the actual allocation of resources to deliver a business plan, right? And strategy basically was bringing all those resources together so as to execute that plan. Okay. And that is what where we understood that strategic management is not just a proactive thing, but also reactive. So it has to be partly proactive, partly reactive, wherein you pre-plan certain exercises or certain steps for your business. And when certain things happen in the environment, you react to them as and when and as and how you think is good for the business. So it's partly reactive and partly proactive. Okay. We were also discussing case scenarios in terms of how a few friends did that Ganpati celebration, or how did other people opened a cafe, a bookstore, and turned it into a cafe bookstore because they were facing challenges from the market. Okay. We did all of that, and that's a quick revision of probably we were talking about meaning and nature of strategic management. Then we went on to understand the concept of strategy. Then we also talked about importance of strategic management and the limitations. A question to you very quickly. Give me any two limitations of strategic management. I've told you this class is not a lecture, it's a conversation. I do my classes like a conversation. So question to you to wake you up on a Sunday morning is, give me any two limitations of strategic management. Okay, very nice. I see cost, time consuming, very costly. Okay, no worries. If you missed the class yesterday, here you can join in today. Never too late. We have many classes to go. Costly process, time consuming, costly, time consuming, complex, turbulent environment, time consuming, very nice. Complex environment, the cost. Okay, expensive, time consuming process and and costly process, difficult to anticipate competitors' response. Very good. Good to see a different thing as well, not just time and cost. Okay. What else do we have? Difficult to anticipate, costly, time consuming, highly complex and turbulent, very costly, time consuming, very nice. Limitations of strategic management are four, but they are outweighed by the number of importance or good things that strategic management has. Okay. I'll give you an example now. I will give you an example and you have to tell me. Okay. I will give you an example and you have to tell me which of the importance am I talking about. Okay. Some people were asking, how do I get more examples or exam oriented questions? Let me do that for you right away. Okay. I'll share some examples. You have to tell me which importance of strategic management am I talking about. Okay. There, there was a father and son. They were doing a business. Listen to this very carefully and then answer. Father and son doing business. Okay. The son said, let's do strategic management because I don't want this business to end once you are gone. I want this business to continue for perpetual years to come. What importance of strategic management is this son relying upon? Very nice. I see the right answers. I'll not call it out until most of you have answered. Very nice. Enhance the longevity of the business, right? It's not a 1 day, a 3 month, a 6 month exercise. It increases the life of the business. Very nice. Okay. Now, another example. Very nice. Longevity of the business. Another example for you. The startup founders, okay, three friends, they started a company and they said, I want to do strategic management from the very beginning because we don't know if tomorrow the business doesn't work. What do we do with this business? And for that, I really need to strategically manage my business. What importance of strategic management are we talking about here? Three friends of the startup, okay, three friends of the startup want to do strategic management from the very beginning, okay, and they fear that if the business does not work or does not give you enough profits to sustain, what do we do with the business? To decide that, they go for strategic management as a process for their business. Which importance of strategic management am I talking about here? You guys are getting confused. 80% of the people say prepares the organization to face the future. 20% say serves as corporate defense mechanism against mistakes and pitfalls. Okay, what do you think? Face the future, prepares the organization to face the future, or corporate defense mechanism? The correct answer is serves as corporate defense mechanism against mistakes and pitfall. Listen to the question very carefully. They are afraid if the business does not work. They're afraid of the pitfalls. They're afraid of making mistakes, and so the business might end. How do I overcome that? That is what the question is asking. So it serves as a corporate defense mechanism, and that's the importance they are relying upon for strategic management, my friend. Do not get confused with the word future. Also understand the question. The key word in the question is the fear of failure. That's corporate defense mechanism. Okay. Let me give you another example. Let me give you another example. Now, this team of business people, they were sitting in the office and they said, our employees really do not know what to do. We have a great vision. Okay. We know what we want to do in the next 5 years. We know how to take decisions, but we are really not able to tell people what to do to achieve that vision. And for that, we need to have strategic management executed, probably just designed for our organization. So what am I talking about here? Which importance of strategic management am I talking about here? Okay, most of you are giving the right answer. I'll wait for another 30 seconds while all of you active on the chat are answering. People on the app, BOS app, I am reading your answers as well. So be active as well. If you can join on Zoom, nothing like it. That's right. All of you are right, which is defines the goal and mission. What to do, how to do. It really has to define it, helps you tell people what needs to be done. And this is what our next topic today is. Telling people what needs to be done. But before that, let's understand how, okay? A business scenario on your screen, my friends. Read this very carefully, okay? A popular clothing company made a lot of money selling stylish clothes. They made a lot of money selling stylish clothes. But the clothes were made in a secret factory far away from the city. The workers were there, had to work long hours for very little money, and they had to work in a dangerous place. Okay, the chemicals, the clothing, the pollution, the cleanliness was not there. The company wanted to make as much money as possible, so they used these workers to make their clothes. The company was successful. There's no doubt. The company was really successful, but the company's success was built on the hard work of these people. But nobody knew about it. What do you think is their vision? What do you think is their vision? There's a business scenario on your screen, okay? Popular clothing company making tons of money, great profit, great brand, great customer satisfaction. People are really happy with their clothes. The price point is right. The marketing is bang on. There are multiple stores across the country, but the factory where people work are not good. They are being treated like slaves. What's the vision of the company? Making more money, profit maximization, brand value, vision is just to make money, right? Absolutely. The vision is to be the leader in stylish clothing brand and make a lot of money. That's absolutely right. But what about the intent here? What do you think is the intention here? Do they have good intention? Do they have bad intent? Do they really have a very, very social, sustainable intent with the business? What do you think? Very bad intent, right? The intent of the business is not nice. The vision is very nice. The vision, mission, objectives, execution is fantastic. They're doing it absolutely the way a business should operate to make profits for the shareholders. They're making great money. But is the intent right? Are they doing it the right way? Is the question. No, the answer is no. They're taking benefit of cheap labor. It is unethical and inappropriate. So my question to you now is, okay, my next question to you is, what is the difference between vision and intent? What is the difference between vision and intent? There's a case scenario, an example on your screen. You gave me the answer. Now my question is, what is the difference between vision and intent? What do you think is the difference? Vision is long run, intent is even longer. Vision is future goal. Vision is where we want to be. Intent is why. Okay, that's a good one, Sukena. Okay. Vision is future forecasting. Vision is goal. Intent is plan. No. Intent to pursue the goal. No. Vision is the path to intent. No. Vision is a scheme. Okay. I don't know. Intent is doing with benefit to the economy, and the vision is self-primary. Generally, yes, but that's not the right definition. Vision means where to go. Intent means meant what and why they want to do it. Absolutely. Om Krishnam, that's absolutely right. Vision is where they're required to reach, but intent is how you're going to reach there. That's vision and mission. So two of you have read the answer is right. Maybe more of you would have also given that. So vision is where you want to be in the future. Intent is why are you even doing this business? Okay. The intent is why are you in this business? What's making you get into this business? What's making you do this business is your intent. You want to be the best chartered accountant. That's a vision. Why are you doing this? Because you want to do this, because you want to make yourself proud. You feel good about this course. You want to make your families proud. You think that this course can change lives. That is your intent. That's a good intent. You want to change your life. You want to uplift yourself in the society. That's why you're doing this, right? So that you are perceived as a successful person in the society who has achieved something. That's why you want to do this course. That's your intent. Okay, but you want to be the best CA in the country. That's your vision. Or maybe you don't want to be the best CA. You say, I want to be the best average CA. That's also fine. That's your choice. But the intent is, why do you want to do what you want to do? Okay. This is where companies define their intent. This is where people, customers, investors are also very careful when they're knowing, when they're reading about businesses or investing or getting into deals with businesses. Why are you doing this? Okay. So is this company doing this just for money? Then yes, the intent is just money. They don't care about people. They don't care about the conditions of the workers. They don't care about their factory people. That's bad. So if I am somebody who is getting into a contract with this company, we were talking about on the screen, I would know the intent is not nice. So I would really not care about just the vision, mission, execution. I would also want to know, why are they doing this? And the answer is, they're just doing this for money, and that is causing a lot of problems in their factories, especially with the people. I might just back out saying, oh, okay, your intent doesn't match with my intent of doing business. I also want to make money, but not at the cost of people. So that is why intent in today's time, especially today's time when people are so aware, that is where your intent becomes more important. A selfish intent of just making money, that's right. Anirudh is clapping for that answer. Very good, Anirudh. Good that you're motivating your friends. So can we say intent is purpose, whereas vision is towards a particular direction? Yes. Okay, Prisham, that's a great one, and I'm showing you that on the next screen. Okay. Now the strategic intent defines the overarching goal and direction that guides the action and decisions towards realizing the vision. Now the intent guides the action and decision. Okay. Let me use the laser for you. Okay. Here, the intent guides or directs the actions and decisions towards realizing the goals, focusing on specific objectives and outcomes necessary to reach it. Okay. Now think about this. If your parents are scolding you, you say, okay, mom, dad, I want to go out at 11 p.m. in the night. I'll just go outside and roam around with friends, be back in 30-40 minutes. Okay. You go and ask for that permission. Would you get that permission or not? Most likely, would you get that permission or not? Yes or no? Majority people saying no, you wouldn't get that, right? Why? What is the intent? What is the intent of your parents here? Safety, correct? The intent of the parents here is safety. And the intent is safety, but they're not telling you. Now think about this. Think about this. They are not telling you the intent, but they're just telling their decision to you. Okay. But the intent is directing and guiding their decisions. Okay. The intent is guiding their decisions and actions. So they will say, no, you're not allowed to go out at 10 p.m. in the night. We can't allow that. You can't do that. Okay. They're saying this with an intent of safety, but that is overarching their entire decision making. Okay. So this is where intent plays a very, very important role. It guides your decision making. And you do that, and your decision making eventually is towards reaching a vision. Overarching means overshadows, an umbrella. The overall thought while taking decisions is intent. Okay, let's take an example of business as well. You are a business person. Okay, think about this. I'm giving you a very, very classic example. You started a particular, let's say you started a shop, okay, a showroom. Let's say you started your car showroom. You're selling all these cool Mahindra cars, XUV and Thar. You have a showroom, you have a dealership. Okay. Now there's a girl around, let's say 13, 14 years of age. She comes to you and says, I really need to start working to support my family. So can you please employ me in your dealership? What would you do? The answer is no. You won't do that. Why? Why won't you do that? Why won't you do that? Your vision is to make money, make the best dealership, and you're also helping somebody in need. Absolutely. It's legally not allowed. It's illegal. Okay. Now, I'm giving an example of overarching thoughts. Okay. Somebody asked an overarching. Now, think about this. Your decision has an inherent overarching thought ki probably this is illegal, nahi karna chahiye, right? So this is illegal, you shouldn't do that, and that is an overarching thought of decision making. That is an overarching thought. Similarly, the intent is an overarching thought for decision making. Let's take another example. You started a laundry business. Void ab initio. Very good, Swati. You're learning legal very quick. Another example, you started a laundry business, okay? And when you started doing the business, you figured out maybe you're wasting a lot of money. Maybe you're wasting a lot of water. Sorry, not money, but you're wasting a lot of water in your laundry business. What you can do with 200 liters of water every single day, you are really using about 600, 700 liters of water. Okay. But eventually you figure out the water is free because you're taking that water from a nearby pond, okay, or nearby lake. You're getting that water for free. So you don't really care if it's 200 liters or 600 liters. Who cares? Right? But is that right? You as a business person would do what? What would probably you do for your business? You're into laundry business. What would you do? You would create or you would take decisions. Now think about this. You would take decisions. You would take decisions with an overarching intent of being true to your principles, of maybe not wasting water, maybe saving the environment. That's an overarching thought. Let me add one layer to decision making more. Okay. Same laundry business, 200 liters can be used, but you're using 600 liters. Okay. Now, the 600-liter water comes free to you. 600-liter water comes free to you. But now, if you have to take 200 liters, you probably think maybe if I stop getting that lake water, it's free flowing water. So, but if you want to stop that water, you cannot. It's a free flowing water. So if you have to go and get only 200 liters of water, you will have to pay for logistics. You will have to pay a truck which comes and gives you water, because free water, unlimited water, it's coming. You can't stop it. Okay. There's some technical thing that you're not able to do. But if you have to just get 200 liters, you add a cost to your business. To reduce the wastage, you have to add cost to your business. Would you now do that? To reduce the wastage, you have to add a cost to doing your business. Would you add that cost or not? But it saves a lot of water, but the cost goes up in the business. What would you do? Saving water adds a lot of cost to your business, but it for sure saves a lot of water. 90% of the people say, yes, because we have to build sustainable business, I will add that cost to my business. Okay. This is intent, my friend. This is intent. Now, your intent is overarching your decision making of vision, mission, goals, objectives. Everything is really being decided by your intent. Now, your mission could be to reach profitability in 2 years, but because of your intent, you're adding a cost, and now this will go to 3 years. So, your goals, missions, vision, everything depends on your intent of doing business. Okay. It's an overarching thing. इच्छा क्या है, right? What are your principles? What are your values? We'll get into that. Divya, understand the question, which is very simple. If reducing the wastage in your business adds a cost, would you add the cost or not? Yes, we would add the cost. And that's where intent is an overarching thing, right? It supersedes things. Vision, on the other hand, outlines the long-term aspiration and desired future state of an organization. Where do we want to be in the future is vision. Where do we want to be in the future is vision of the company. Okay. Providing a very clear picture of what it aims to achieve. That is vision, my friend. Okay. Very nice. Now, examples of intent on your screen. Now, example number one. Let's read this together. Examples of intent. Now, imagine a tech company working on space travel. Imagine a tech company which is working on space travel. The strategic intent could be making space travel accessible and affordable. Now, this guides all their actions and decisions toward achieving this ambitious goal. Now, their strategic intent is I want to make space travel affordable and accessible to everybody. Okay. That is their intent. That particular company wants everybody to go and experience space. Maybe an example too for a tech giant or a retail giant like Amazon. Their strategic intent may be to be the most customer centric company. They want to be loved by the customer. The intent is I just want the customers to love me. So I will do whatever it takes. It means getting more cost. I will do that. More people. I will do that. Okay. Better quality products on my website. I will do that. It drives everything, every single decision of the business. The intent drives every single decision. Example three, maybe companies like Zomato, okay? They aim for global market leadership through what? Through technology, through innovation. They want to innovate in a new space. They want to diversify. You would have seen it now going for a ticketing services, booking services, not just delivery of food, but it's expanding and diversifying. They want to do this through strategic partnerships while prioritizing sustainability. The intent is to go global through technology innovation. Every decision the company will take will be decided by this. Okay. I see two questions. One is difference between intent and purpose. Okay. Now, intent is why you want to do that particular business, right? And purpose is almost the same thing, Sainath, right? The difference between intent and purpose is a very, very thin line. You cannot really differentiate. It's one and the same thing from a business context. From a business context, it's one and the same thing. If you go and look at the definition in English, you might feel some difference, but from a business perspective, the intent and purpose are almost the same thing. What's your purpose of doing this business? What's your intent of doing the business? Almost the same thing. Okay. Another question was, in the clothing example, how is using cheap labor the intent, as that's not why the company is doing business? No, that was not the intent. We never said that was the intent. We just asked you, what do you think is the intent of the company? The intent wasn't using cheap labor. The intent was to make a lot of money. Anyhow, right? But was the intent good or bad? The question was that. Okay, the intent was to make a lot of money, but it was bad because at the cost of labor. Okay. Can we say intent are principles of business? Yes. Very nice, Pooja. We're coming to that. Very nice. But yes, you can say intents are the principles of the business. Some examples of values, right? Another thing, what are values? Intent has values, the principles that you were talking about here, right? There was somebody who said, Intent wants to be how it really is, a lot of money. Where did I see that? Okay. Principles of the business. That's exactly what you have on the screen. The values of the business. Okay. The values of Indian brands. Those are the things which are actually deciding your intent and purpose. Like Tata Group, integrity, excellence, social responsibility. Hindustan Unilever, right? Purposeful growth, integrity, respect. And Bharti Airtel, they want to be customer centric, innovation, transparency. Those are the principles which guide, right? Those are the principles which guide your decision making. Can we say purpose is what and intent is why? No, both are why. Both purpose and intent, both are why. What is basically vision and mission? Now think about this, okay? Look at the diagrams on your screens. There's an interesting thing called value system. There is an interesting thing called value system. Now, intent is a part of the value system. I will explain that with a very, very quick example we just talked about. Okay. Most of the parents, okay, now think about this. Most of the parents have or create a value system in the house. Okay. The value system is, let me give you an example. Say respect your elders. Okay. Respecting the elders, being friendly with relatives, talking to them regularly, right? Being respectful to your neighbors, then obeying the elders, not cross questioning, not counter asking the elders, being more complacent, respecting them. All of these are value systems. All of these are value systems. Then what is intent? What is intent? Intent क्या है? If your parents or your families for that matter, right? If your family has a value system wherein they say respect everybody, be truthful, share everything with us, be truthful, honest, don't lie. These are all values, right? What we call as sanskar in Hindi, correct? Now, the value system includes intent. My question to you is, you will just crack this. You will just crack this right now. Value system has intent. If value system is what your parents create in terms of the way you should probably conduct your life, that is a value system. What is their intent behind having that value system for you? क्यों चाहते हैं वो आप संस्कार फॉलो करें? Why? The answer to why. Why do your parents want you to follow a value system? For you to be better humans, right? To be the best person, to be good, to make us good humans, right? So that we become good, to be successful. They want us to be successful, happy, loved by everyone. Okay? Good social person, better personality, good future. To live life joyfully, we are required to behave ethically, correct? So the question to you guys now is, how is value system different from intent? I just give you an example. Now you tell me, how is value system different from intent? Value system leads to good intent. Value is what is followed to fulfill our intent. Correct? Same example what we discussed a few minutes back. The value system of your house maybe probably do not go out late. That's a value system we follow in the family. Let's say, I'm giving an example. Right or wrong is a separate conversation. The value system of the family says the children or kids do not go out after, let's say, 10 p.m. or 8 p.m., 9 p.m., whatever the time is. That's a value system of the family. Why? Because they want to ensure your safety. The intent is safety, but the value system is how you operate. Set rules. Set rules. Okay. Sai Kiran, we will unmute you during question hour, please. During the sessions, we cannot unmute. We probably want to continue the momentum, but you will get that question hour at 9 a.m. I will unmute. You can speak for 30 minutes. Okay. We'll follow the protocols of the classroom. So value systems are basically the rules, the way of operating, the way of living, right? The way you operate as a business is your value system. Why you do that is to be a sustainable, good business in the eyes of the customer, the investor, and the society. Okay. Now I'm breaking this down for you. Listen to this very carefully from a business perspective. The thing is on your screen, my friend. Diagram is on your screen. Value system are certain rules, values by which business operates, like integrity, honesty to the customer, transparency, right? Ethical. These are value systems. If tomorrow anybody comes and asks for a bribe from any of the person in my company, it's a big no. We do not bribe for business. That's my value system. That's my value. I don't give bribes. That's my value system. I don't employ kids, or I don't promote child labor, even if it's cost effective, right? I don't do that. That's my value business. Okay. I probably do not indulge in wastage of resources. That's my value system. Value system is a set of rules probably by which I build my decision making, my business around. My business is built around certain sanskar, certain value systems. Within value system comes my intent. Why do I even need the value system? The answer to why is intent. The answer to why I need a value system is intent. I need a value system to ensure my business sustains over a longer period and is trusted by customers, investors, employees, and government and society as a whole. I want to create that trust. I want to create that brand image for myself. That's my intent. My vision is to be the best company in particular industry in 10 years. That's my vision. That is where I want to be in the future. That is my vision. How I want to do that is my mission, right? How I want to do that is my mission. I want to be the best company in 10 years. Vision. How I want to do that. I want to be the most customer centric company which delivers or which resolves customer complaints within 24 hours. That is my mission. I solve customer complaints within 24 hours. If I complete my mission, if I achieve my mission, I will achieve my vision as well. If I resolve customer complaints within 24 hours, I will for sure be the best loved company in the industry by the customers in the next 10 years. Because I am delivering that to the customers. That is a mission. How you want to achieve your vision is your mission. That is the key thing. By doing this, I will achieve my vision. Goals and objectives are breaking down the mission into smaller things. I want to resolve customer query within 24 hours. My goal is every customer that comes and places a request with me, right, is logged into the system, and particular person operates that within 8 hours. The ticket gets allocated to a particular person within 8 hours. That's the goal. The goal is 8 hours ke under that resolution should reach the person sitting behind the computer screen so that we can solve and send it back to the customer. The objectives are breaking those goals down into real small actionable things, right? For example, the objective is that the system should do this. My thing will go from this to this point to this point, from this system to this system. This person approves, this person checks, and then this goes to this particular person, and then it goes back to the customer. That objective, right? This happens within 20 minutes. This happened between 20 minutes. This happened between 30 minutes. This happens between 20 minutes. Those are objectives. Breaking down this entire thing into smaller, achievable, measurable ways. Objective होगा तो गोल हो जाएगा, गोल होगा तो मिशन हो जाएगा, मिशन होगा तो विजन हो जाएगा. एंड इफ आई एम डूइंग दैट all of this through a good intent under my value systems, that is what a business wants to achieve. That is what a business wants to achieve. Is that clear? Give me a thumbs up. Okay, anything. Or if you have questions, feel free to ask. Can mission be said to be related to core competency of the business? Can be for sure. Intent and mission are the same? No, Rishika, I just explained to you. They are very different. Awesome. I see a lot of thumbs up. We will have more examples, my friends. So people are saying repeat it. Probably we have more examples coming up. Broad idea samajh aaya. The question to you I'm asking is, do you broadly understand all this thing, right? From a value to intent to vision, mission, goals, and objectives. Broad idea samajh aaya. We'll get into details, but broadly it's clear, right? Sure, Tambeshwari. हिंदी में भी समझाएंगे. Sure, Manu, I can do that in Hindi as well. Let me just take 30 seconds for our friends who want to understand in Hindi as well. We just take 30 seconds for them, okay? So, आपका जो वैल्यू सिस्टम, आपका जो बिजनेस का एक वैल्यू सिस्टम होता है, वो डिसाइड करता है आपका इंटेंट. सो बेसिकली व्हाई आर यू हैविंग दोज वैल्यू, आपको वो वैल्यू सिस्टम चाहिए ही क्यों, पहले वो है आपका इंटेंट. ठीक है, इंटेंट आपके संस्कार है. क्यों? क्योंकि आप एक अच्छा इंसान बनना चाहते हैं. सो योर वैल्यू सिस्टम हैज एन इंटेंट बिहाइंड इट. आपके पास वैल्यू सिस्टम है, संस्कार है. क्यों वो संस्कार आपके लिए बेनिफिशियल है, क्यों अच्छे हैं, आपको पता चल गया. उसके बाद आप बिजनेस में बनाते हैं विजन. आज से 10 साल बाद मुझे कहाँ पहुंचना है, वहां पहुंचने के लिए मुझे क्या करना पड़ेगा, इज माई मिशन. ओके, अब क्या मुझे करना पड़ेगा, इसको छोटे छोटे एक्टिविटीज में बांटने को बोलते हैं गोल्स एंड ऑब्जेक्टिव्स. गोल्स होते हैं 6 महीना साल भर के गोल्स होते हैं, ऑब्जेक्टिव होते हैं डेली के. ठीक है, तो आपका जो विजन है कि मुझे फ्यूचर में कहाँ पहुंचना है, मिशन है मेरे को क्या करूंगा कि मैं वो फ्यूचर में अचीव कर लूं, वो आपका मिशन है. क्या करना है, इसको छोटे छोटे पीसेस में बांटेंगे, दैट इज गोल्स एंड ऑब्जेक्टिव. गोल्स आर 6 मंथ्स 1 ईयर पीरियड की जो आपके अचीव करना है आपको, उसको आप गोल बोलते हो. डेली की जो आपको चीजें करनी है उनको आप ऑब्जेक्टिव्स बोलते हो. दिस इज हाउ यू अंडरस्टैंड दिस एंटायर डायग्राम. ओके, it's just like moral and ethics, right? Absolutely, yes. It's just like moral and ethics. Very nice. Strategic management is defined as a dynamic process of formulating, right? Formulating, implementing, evaluating, and controlling the strategies of the organization to realize the strategic intent, after all. Okay. Now, a few examples of values, a few examples of the value system we were talking about. A few examples of the values are as follows on your screen: integrity, trust, accountability, humility, innovation, diversity. These are some values. But why are values so important is the question. The answer is values drive an organization to create a legacy and not just a fade, okay? And not just a fade away in the passage of time. अगर आपको legacy बनानी है, you want to be a legacy business like a any big brand, legacy brand in India, you would see like Wipros and Infosys and the Tatas and the Birlas and the Ambanis, right? Big brands are now even Adani in the race, or Parle. You see Dabur. These are big, big brands. Marico. Okay, these are big legendary brands which have created years. Raymond's, right? All of Unilever is not Indian though, but okay. So these Indian brands have created a legacy and not just a fade in the passage of time. So how have they been able to do that? Because they had a value system in their business. They were not just doing this for a vision and money and products. They were doing this with integrity, with accountability, with innovation. They put their heart and soul in building that brand's trust with people and the society. Okay. That's why value systems are really important. On your screens is a business scenario. Okay. On your screens is a business scenario. Let's read it together. Very interesting business scenario. Okay. In the bustling streets of Old Delhi, I would share the PPT once we complete the chapter for sure. Okay. In the bustling streets of Old Delhi, there's a small shop called Chauthi Koot. Okay. In the bustling streets of Old Delhi, there's a small shop called Chauthi Koot that has been a staple for over 20 years. The shop's owner, Pankaj, had a clear intent to serve the authentic flavors of India's rich culinary heritage. The intent was, I want people to just come and enjoy the authentic flavors of India's rich food heritage. His passion was to create a space where people could come together and experience the warmth and hospitality of the Indian cuisine. Now, Pankaj's intent was not just about serving food, but about creating an experience that would leave customers with a sense of nostalgia and belonging. He spent years researching traditional recipes, perfecting his cooking techniques, and curating a unique atmosphere that would transport customers to the historic era. As Chauthi Koot grew in popularity, Pankaj remained committed to this intent. He refused to compromise on quality or compromise on his vision, even when faced with stiff competition from the modern trendy restaurants. His commitment to authenticity and tradition earned him a loyal customer base, and the shop became a beloved institution in the city. Today, Chauthi Koot is still going strong with customers from all over the world flocking to experience the magic of Pankaj's culinary creations. The shop's success is a testament to the power of intent. Pankaj's unwavering commitment to his vision has created a brand that is synonymous with authenticity, quality, and tradition. Okay? In this entire story or case scenario, the intent is the key factor that has driven Chauthi Koot's success. The intent, always holding on to that value system that I want to be true to the authenticity, what I started with. Okay. By staying true to this vision and values, Pankaj has built a brand that is not only profitable, but also endearing to customers. The story highlights the importance of intent in building a long lasting brand. It serves as a guiding force that helps business stay focused on their goals and values, even when they face competition or challenges. Does it now make more sense? The theory with this business scenario, does the theory what we just studied started making more sense? Yes or no? Please give me that in the chat. Very happy to see yeses, right? What we just did a theory thing, and this is how it really happens in reality. This is what businesses should be aiming to do, create a legacy. Okay. Now, these are there in your study material, in the PPT as well. Vision again. Okay. Vision implies the blueprint of the company's future position, where they want to be. Mission defines how you want to do that, what the business, particularly how would you do that business to achieve that vision, is your mission. The goals and objectives are very, very distinct. Like I told you, goals are a bit longer period duration or more broad, but objectives are very, very specific. Okay. This is where we dive into our next thing. But before that, but before that, let's read another scenario which takes us to understanding goals and objectives. Okay, we just studied a scenario on intent. Now let's read about goals. Okay, Pune, there were two coffee shops. The first one called Bliss. They had a vision to become the most beloved coffee shop in the city, known for its exceptional coffee and welcoming atmosphere. Their mission was to provide customers with a delightful coffee experience that would leave them feeling inspired and energized. Their goals included, okay, the vision was to become the most beloved coffee shop in the city, known for exceptional coffee and welcoming atmosphere. The mission was to provide customers with a delightful coffee experience that will leave them energized. They want to give a delightful coffee experience to customers, and by doing this, they want to become the most beloved coffee shop in the city. The vision is to become the most beloved, most loved coffee shop. How? By giving the best experience. So vision is becoming the best. Mission is how you want to do that? By giving the best coffee experience. How do you give the best coffee experience? By achieving goals. Their goals included opening multiple locations, partnering with local farmers, and becoming a sustainable business. Long-term, broad hote hain goals. Objectives are, we'll get into objectives, but understand goals now. Okay. Opening more stores. This is my goal. Partnering with local farmers. This is my goal. Becoming a sustainable business. This is my goal. I want to be the most loved shop by giving the best experience. How do I give the best experience? Best experiences by opening more stores, capturing more people, getting directly from the farmer so that I have fresh beans and fresh organic material to give the best experience. With the best experience, I will be the most loved business in the city. Vision, mission, goals. Okay. Let's go to the next coffee shop. This was coffee shop number 1. Coffee shop number 2 called Java Junction. They focused solely on the goals. Listen to this very carefully. Their goal was to maximize profits and expand rapidly. They're like, I don't care about experience right now. I just want to open more stores. Every 2 kilometers, there should be a Java Junction. Their goal was to maximize profits and expand rapidly. Their goal, they prioritized cutting costs and focused on mass production. While they achieved their goals, they lost sight of the vision of creating a memorable coffee experience and the mission of providing value to their customers. Now, as a result, Bliss thrived while Java Junction struggled to maintain its customers and eventually closed its doors. What do you understand from this case scenario? The two brands, one having a vision broken down into a mission and finally goals to achieve that. The other brand only concerned about achieving goals. What do you understand from the case scenario, what we have just studied here? What do you understand here? The sole objective is only to achieve goals, then vision will be compromised and lead to failure in the business. Correct. Values shouldn't be compromised. Values and vision is very important for the future. Correct. Wealth maximization is necessary. Profit maximization should be secondary. Okay. Java Junction achieving goals without taking market and customer needs or feedback. A company, if has to be successful, must depend on isolated objectives. Must depend on. Okay. Really? Or must not depend on? Must not. Okay. See, there was a thing I couldn't read. Must not. Okay. Vision is the most important element. Java Junction has only have a vision but no intent to build a sustainable business. Ethics and values should be followed. Vision and mission are required for sustainability. Absolutely right, Komalpreet. Never lose sight of who your customers are. Okay. Intent is important. Vision and mission are really important. Okay. Vision and values are important. Value, intent, mission provide goodwill. That's exactly right. When we're talking about, so certain people are really focused on just goals saying, I will do this, I will do that, ye karunga, ye karna hai, wo karna hai. They're like, theek hai, kar lena. Why do you want to do that? What do you want to achieve by doing that? You should be clear what you want to do instead of just keep on doing. If you just keep on doing something, where would you end up? You don't know. But unless you decide where you want to end up, all your efforts will start making sense. So vision, mission are equally important. While the execution happen at goal and objective level, it doesn't mean vision and mission are just there for being a statement or very generic. They might sound generic. They might sound generic, but they really add value for all the goals and objectives that you're achieving. Otherwise, stop खेलते रहोगे. Okay. Now, if a cricketer says, I want to score 100 centuries in the next 200 matches, okay, गोल है मेरे को भाई 100 centuries मारनी है in the next 200 matches. क्यों करना है ऐसा? Why? Okay. Why do I want to do this? I don't know. I just want to do मजे के लिए कर रहे हैं. Makes no sense. 200 मारो 1000 century मार दो doesn't make sense. But if I tell you I want to score 2 centuries, I want to score 2 centuries in the most critical matches, that too where Indian team selectors have come. Now this is where you start working towards. रैंडम खेलने जाने में सेंचुरी नहीं मारनी है मुझे. आई वांट टू स्कोर सेंचुरीज इन क्रिटिकल मैचेस, especially where selectors have come. I know where I want to put my efforts now. Now I have a clear idea where I want to focus on. Otherwise तो 100 क्या 200 centuries मारो, nobody cares. If you perform at the right, you have to have that vision in your mind. You have to have that mission in your mind. I want to deliver that particular thing that particular day. Once I get that opportunity, I have to do that. And I'm practicing every single day for that. That is why it is important to have clarity of thought of what you want to achieve. Otherwise, you can achieve everything and still don't know why you did all of that. You can just build the biggest business ever with 10 cars and a big bungalow and all of that. And people are, why are you doing this business? You're like, I don't know. I just kept on doing it. Happened. Good for you. But you will still not be satisfied because you haven't achieved what you wanted, because you don't know what you want. Okay. So that is why it is important for a business to be very clear. Why is intent? How is mission? Where to is vision? Okay, perfect. While strategic intent is the purpose that an organization aims to achieve, values form the omnipresent foundation of each and every decision. We've already discussed that, right? Once I upload this, probably you will get to know more. You can read more examples from the study material. You can't skip study material anyway. My PPTs are just for revision. Okay. Now, objectives. The next topic we have is objectives. Okay. We talked about values, intent, vision, mission. We just talked about goals as well. And now we will talk about objectives. We will talk about objectives. Now, objectives should be meaningful. Objectives should be meaningful to serve the intended role. Objectives must possess the following characteristics. Objectives must possess the following characteristics. Number one, objectives should define the organization's relationship with its environment. Number two, they should be facilitative towards achievement of mission and purpose. They should provide the basis for strategic decision making. They should provide standards for performance appraisal. They should be concrete and specific. They should be related to a time frame. They should be measurable and controllable. They should be challenging, and different objectives should correlate with each other. And finally, objectives should be set within the constraints of organizational resources and external environment. Too many characteristics for objectives. Let's break down each one of those. Objectives should define the organization's relationship with its environment, which means your objectives should be such that it helps you overcome the challenges of the environment or achieve the best out of the opportunities available in the environment. How do you do that? How do you do that? Now, objective, okay? Let me use this. Let me use the example of exam preparation because I think most of you relate to that the most. Let me do that first and then we'll go to the business example also. You bought an external book, okay? You bought a book from the market for preparation of your examinations. But the syllabus has changed. Your objective is, listen to this very carefully. Your objective is to complete 50 pages of that book. After this thing, we're taking a break, okay? I know, Aisha, you're tired. It's Sunday, I know. It's Sunday morning, I agree. After this thing, we're taking a break, okay? But let's complete these points. You took a new book from the market for your preparation, but the syllabus has changed. Your objective is to complete 50 pages of that book. Does the objective really make sense? Yes or no? Very quickly on the chat. Does the objective make sense? No, it doesn't. The syllabus has changed. Even if you read that book in one day, it's not going to make sense. Your objective should define the organization's relationship with the environment, right? It should really consider the environment as well. When there's an objective, it cannot be in isolation with what's happening outside the organization. Let's go to point number 2. They should be facilitative towards achievement of mission and purpose. Absolutely, yes. If your mission, let's say your mission is how you want to be the best chartered accountant is by getting a rank in your examination. Okay. If your mission is to get a rank in the examination, your objective is to take more breaks. Does it make sense? Your objective is to take 10 breaks during study. Your objective is not about studies. It's more about when do I take a break. मेरा ऑब्जेक्टिव है पढ़ तो लूंगा ब्रेक कब लूंगा ब्रेक कितने बजे लूंगा right? Is that objective facilitating your achievement of mission? The answer is no. They should provide basis for strategic decision making. Okay, the objective probably should provide a basis for strategic decision making. Your objective is, okay, now think about this very, very carefully. Your objective is to complete 5 chapters today. Let's say you're doing revision. You want to complete 5 chapters today. You want to revise 5 chapters today is your objective. And your friends come and tell you, listen, okay, we are going to play badminton at 8 p.m. Listen to this very carefully. Your friends call and say, listen, we are going to play badminton at 8 p.m. and you have to be there. And you have to be there. It's not a you can't go or you don't want to go. You want to go. You have to be there. But your objective is, I have to complete 5 chapters today. Revision. I'm talking about revision. Shikha, हो जाएगा. Revision में तो पूरा syllabus करना पड़ेगा एक दिन में. In exams, you just get 1 or 2 days. Okay. You have to go. It's not like you will not go, you cannot go. You have to go. You should go to play, even during preparation, because it freshens your mind. But this objective of completing 5 chapters, what would you do differently during the day, right? What would you do differently during the day? What strategic decision making would you make during the day that you complete your objective and you also go and play badminton? What will you do? What would you do? Marathon? Okay. What else? Your strategic decision making is you're thinking about a lot of things and then deciding and planning. Absolutely prioritize the chapters. Time management. Time management. Play for 30 minutes, come back and read again, complete the objective, optimize allotment of time, reduce the breaks, maybe wake up early in the morning, right? Or do not spend 1 hour during lunch. Eat your lunch while revising. Manage your time. Time management. That's the objective should provide basis for strategic decision making. That's what you're doing here, my friend. They should provide standards of performance appraisal. They should provide standards for performance appraisal. That means yesterday, okay, yesterday I did 3 chapters. Yesterday I did 3 chapters. Today I want to do 4, and I completed 4. I know now I have set a standard of 3 chapters for myself. My objective yesterday was to complete 3 chapters, and I did it. Now that objective has become a base, a standard for performance appraisal. Tomorrow, if I just do 2 chapters, I won't feel nice. I will like, I could have done better, right? I did 3 chapters a day before yesterday. Today, I'm just able to do 2. So that means I have set a standard for performance appraisal for myself. And that is what objectives do, my friend. They should be concrete and specific, right? 2 chapters, next 5 hours, 300 pages, this subject, this paper, this time, this book. It is specific. I will do RTP, revision test papers of 2024. I will solve part A in the next 1 hour by writing the answers. That's an objective. It's concrete. It's specific. It tells you exactly what to do, right? It's not like, yeah, I will do an RTP today. That is not an objective, man. Objective is this RTP, this thing, 30 minutes, 1 hour by writing in my notebook. This is how I'm going to do it, right? That is your objective, concrete and specific. It should be related to a time frame. I want to do this today, in next 30 minutes, next 2 months, next 1 month, next 7 days, next 10 days, right? Time specific hota hai objective. This has to happen in next 5 days, in 3 days, 2 days, overnight, today. It should have happened yesterday, right? Time frame. They should be measurable and controllable. Absolutely, yes. You can measure if you read 300 pages. You can measure if you really did 5 chapters. You can measure that. And they are controllable. That means they're adjustable. If there's something beyond your control happens, then you can even say my objective, okay, maybe today the objective is not 5 chapters. Let me just do 3, but do it really well. And they're adjustable, they're controllable. Okay, ऐसा नहीं है कि uncontrollable objective बना दिया. I will do 25 chapters in a day. Makes no sense. They are not possible. थोड़ा realistic होना चाहिए. They should be challenging but realistic. Okay, they should be challenging but realistic. It should challenge you. The objective should challenge you, but it should be realistic, my friend. Different objectives should correlate with each other. Doing a chapter today, right, should correlate with doing something tomorrow. It should not be like, आज तो पढ़ूंगा, कल मस्ती मारेंगे. These are two different objectives, right? They're not correlating to the same vision. Maybe the vision is very different there. The vision is maybe very different. But if you have a same vision, then two objectives should correlate with each other. And finally, objectives should be set within the constraints of organizational resources and external environment, which means You should know your capabilities and capacity also as a business and then decide objectives. If you are slow reader, some people read very slowly, some people read very quickly, right? Some people like to write, some people like to underline, some people like to highlight, some people like to take prints and read, some people read on the laptop. You know your resources, you know your capacity and capabilities. Build objectives based on your capabilities and resources. Somebody is going to a hi-fi tuition classes, maybe do not, maybe we don't want to go, maybe we don't want to spend that much money. We feel we can do self-study. We have these classes free of cost by ICAI. I want to do this. So your resources are your resources. So build the objectives within the resources you have, the books you have, the stuff you have, the time you have, the responsibilities you have. Build the objectives based on your capacity and resources available. Do not look at others, what are they doing. You will always make objectives based on their life. और फिर वही पूरा करेंगे, आप पूरा नहीं करोगे. आपका ऑब्जेक्टिव आप अपने हिसाब से बनाएंगे, right? It has to be set within the organizational resources and external environment. Okay, all good, all clear. Give me a yes, no, so that I know that objectives are also clear. So intent, values, vision, mission, goals, objectives, clear. Awesome. Very nice. Let's take a break of 10 minutes now. It's 8:12 in my clock, maybe 8:25. Let's take a break for 13 minutes. 8:25. We all come back, take a break, get something to eat, drink something. Okay. And let's be back at 8:25 and start with the next topic. Okay. Let's take a break till 8:25. Awesome. We have all of you back. I see Jingy, Preeti, Balaji, Neeru, Komal. Okay, Mahanatesh Kaura जी हैं, प्राची जी हैं, अरविंद जी हैं, दिलीप जी हैं, कोमलप्रीत Pranav is back, Mr. Krishnam is back. Okay, I see Nagma Dipali, I see Sukena, I just Surya ji back. Very nice. Okay, we were talking about objectives. The big brother of objectives is long-term objectives. To achieve long-term objectives, they are like prosperity. Okay, so strategic planners commonly establish long-term objectives in 7 areas. Okay, now long-term objectives are particularly in 7 areas. Remember this. This is very frequently asked question in the examination also. 7 areas where the long-term objectives are generally created or planned for is profitability, productivity, competitive position, employee development, employee relation, technological leadership, and public responsibility. Yeah, my camera is on. Okay, there you can't see me. Maybe try yours once. Okay, so profitability, productivity, competitive position, employee development, employee relations, technological leadership, and public responsibility. These are the 7 areas where long-term objectives are created, because if you think about it, these areas are where an organization, a business wants to create a long-term impact. Profitability, long-term. Productivity, long-term. Competitive position for a longer period. Employee development, they want people to be there for the long term. Employee relations, again, long-term, right? Then you have technological leadership, yes, long-term. Any one time. It has to be long-term. And public responsibility, always long-term. Okay. Public responsibility is always long-term as well. You cannot just say कि हाँ, the first 3 months I will be very careful for the society, उसके बाद I don't care whatever society does. You can't do that. It has to be a long-term objective. Okay. Very simple 7 areas like CSR. True. Now here's a business scenario of a company called Green Tech Inc. Okay. Green Tech Inc. Question to you. हमारे इंडिया में in India we have limited, private limited, LLP partnership. This INC dot incorporated, which country uses this INC? You see Green Tech INC? USA. Perfect. What a smart group of people. Okay. I thought I would be smart and tell you, oh, this is USA. You guys already know it. Very good. Okay, so here's a business scenario of a company called Green Tech Incorporated to illustrate each of the long-term objectives for you. Okay, the scenario is that Green Tech Inc. is a leading manufacturer of eco-friendly cleaning products with a mission to make the world a cleaner and healthier place. Founded in 2005, the company has grown rapidly over the years and is now looking to expand its operations to meet increasing demand. Okay. Number one area of long-term objective is profitability. Greentech aims to increase its profitability by 15% annually over the next 5 years, achieved through a combination of cost reduction, pricing, and new product launches. To achieve this, the company will focus on reducing its production cost by 10% through process improvement and supply chain optimization. Additionally, Greentech will introduce new product lines with higher price points and increased profit margins. Do you see objectives here? Measurable, controllable, right? These are bound, challenging, very clear, concise, cut to cut, telling you what to do, when to do, how to do. They are still objectives, but long term. They are still objectives, but long term. Okay, they're still objectives. Number two, productivity. To increase productivity, Greentech Inc. plans to invest in automation technology. This will ensure the company to reduce its labor cost by 5% and increase its production capacity by 20%. Measurable objectives, but long term, clear, concise, time bound, measurable, controllable within the resources of the company and external environment. Make sense with the vision and mission. Objective है, but long term है. The company will also implement a performance-based incentive program to encourage employees. क्या करोगे? Specific. Telling you what to do. Telling you how do you 5% increase करूंगा. Very good. कैसे? ऐसे. This is how you will do it. Competitive position. To maintain its competitive position in the market, they will continue to innovate and expand its product offering. How? By they will invest in R&D to stay ahead of the competitors and meet emerging customer demands. Additionally, they will focus on building a very strong relationship with its customers. How? Through excellent customer service and loyalty programs. कितना clear answer बता रहे हैं, right? Objective, telling what to do, how to do, what not to do. Okay. Employee development. It recognizes the importance of developing its employees' skills and know-how to achieve its long-term goals. The company will offer training program. कैसे करोगे employee development? By offering training programs and mentorship opportunities to help employees advance in their careers. Additionally, they will provide opportunities for employees to take new challenges and growing responsibilities, and will encourage employee participation in industry conferences and training events. This is how we will do it. Objective, clear, concise, telling you what to do, time bound, challenging, within the resources, measurable, controllable, yes, but long term. Employee relations. How? They will maintain open communication channels with the people. They will engage employees. They are the key people for company success. They will take regular feedback and recognition, offer benefits such as flexible working arrangements, work from home, right? Programs of development opportunities, foreign trips, foreign training programs, and employee wellness programs. Technological leadership. To stay ahead of the competition, ठीक है, हमको पता है ये करना है. How? By investing in cutting edge technology. Which technology? Technology which will help to improve its manufacturing process, product development, and customer service. What else will you do? The company will adopt industry's best technologies such as artificial intelligence and data analytics to optimize. Why would you do that? To optimize the operations and improve efficiency. And finally, public responsibility. As a social responsible company, how will you ensure public responsibility? We will continue to invest in R&D of eco-friendly products, also saving energy or reducing the energy consumption through renewable energy sources. What else? And implement sustainable practices in the supply chain management as well. Also, additionally, we will engage in community outreach programs to promote environment education and awareness. Objectives: clear, measurable, to the point, and aligned with the vision, within the resources, making sense, and long term. Can we say goals is equal to long term objectives? Not necessary, but yes, you can say as well. Most likely than not, Aditya, you can. Are the long term objectives clear? Yes or no? Are the long term objectives clear? Very nice. Crystal clear. Crystal clear. Very nice. Okay. Let us go to our next topic in the chapter, which is strategic levels in the organization. Okay. The corporate level, the business level, and the functional level. Before that, I see a very long thing in the chat from Srini. Companies concentrate on short and long-term goals and objectives. Why companies are not giving importance to medium-term goals and objectives? Why? Because Srini, to be honest, today even the long-term objectives are medium. The pace of things is so fast. The way things are changing, moving, things are happening. They are so fast that the long-term objectives are eventually now medium-term objectives. Okay, that is what I perceive. But that's a great question. Probably we can have a long discussion on that. But I personally feel the long-term objectives with the pace of the way things are moving, long-term are also medium-term. There's nothing long-term today because everybody's attention span is just 10-15 seconds. I you can see for yourself. There is no single video you would stop on your phone for more than 15 seconds, even if it is for 30 seconds. Within 10 or let's say 15 maximum, you'll be like, next. The attention span is just dead, right? All of us, our attention span is just gone. I really do not want to think about the next 10 years, not even 5 years. I just want to think about next year. What happens with me next year is what is the maximum long term. You think about it, right? Most of us are only concerned about maximum next year. Usse zyada we don't. That's where companies are also. Very good, Priyanka. You're doing meditation for increasing your concentration. Very nice. I also do meditation for 15 seconds only. वहाँ भी attention span 15 seconds. Is motivation related to employee relation? Yes. How goals are different from long-term objectives? Okay. So generally, that's what I'm saying. Most likely than not, they're almost the same, but goals are not as well defined as long-term objectives. If you define a goal to be very specific, ये ऐसे अब ऐसे तब तब वैसे, very detailed, it becomes a long-term objective. Okay, so goals are more broad and vague and varied, but long-term objectives are bang on very clear. Let's go to the next topic. Strategic levels in an organization: corporate, business, and functional. Now, corporate level is the CEO, other senior executives, board of directors, corporate staff. Business level are divisional managers and staff. Functional level are functional managers like marketing, finance, etc., who are actually doing the work. So, corporate, business, and functional. Scenario for us to read. And with that, we will understand the strategic levels in an organization. R Infotech, a leading IT services company based in Bangalore, India, is expanding its operations globally. The company's corporate level strategy is to diversify its services and increase revenue by 20% each year. To achieve this, the CEO, Mr. Ravi, has decided to launch a new business unit focused on artificial intelligence and machine learning solutions. The business level strategy for this unit is to identify key clients in the finance and healthcare sectors and develop customized solutions to meet their needs. At the functional level, the IT department is working on developing the necessary technology infrastructure to support this new business unit, while the sales and marketing teams are identifying potential clients to whom we can sell this, and they are developing sales strategies. The corporate level of Rajesh Infotech, or R Infotech, is focused on setting overall goals and direction for the company. The business level is focused on achieving specific goals and objectives within a specific market and industry. The functional level is focused on performing specific tasks and functions within the organization. In this scenario, the corporate level strategy is driving the decision to launch a new business unit, while the business level strategy is focused on identifying key clients and developing a solution, and the functional teams are working together to support the new business unit operations and achieve the goals. What do you understand from this scenario about the three levels? I want you to share and comprehend for me. What do you understand about the three levels from this scenario? What is your understanding? You read the scenario about our Infotech. What do you understand about the three levels in the organization? The corporate level forms the mission and vision. Diversify, top, mid, low. Three levels describe the work. Okay, what else? At corporate level, diversify. Oh, diversity. Okay, corporate level setting over all goals and direction. Work at the top, middle, and lower level. Okay, the answer is here. The corporate level, overall direction, business level specific goals, and functional level is the real work. No duplication of work. Very nice. Why do we have levels in the organization? So that there is no duplication of work. Goals and objectives are performed with the help of these levels. Very nice. To save time and effort, the work is very well defined. The function is which is preparing the product and corporate level setting all goals and business level specific market taps. Split the goal. Everyone are defined, has their defined responsibility. Absolutely right. Corporate level sets the overall goal and direction of the company. The business level is focused on achieving specific goals and objectives with a specific market or industry. The functional level is focused on performing the final tasks to achieve those goals. That is how the three levels in an organization are designed. Okay. There comes a very interesting concept of SBU, strategic business units. Strategic business units. How do you understand strategic business units? Let me tell you. Okay. Something on your screen and then I'll explain to you as well. Okay, but before that, I have a big one in the chat which says, Anirudh says, at corporate level, broader guidance and goals are given and standards are set. At business level, plans are made for fulfilling the corporate level goals. At functional level, execution is done. Then it is measured and analyzed. It keeps on going in a cycle. Anirudh, absolutely fantastic. Very nice. Okay, what is SBU? Let me give you an example. Okay, let me give you an example. There's a company. There is a company which makes four or let's say five products. They make washing powder. Listen to this very carefully. They make washing powder. They make hand soaps. They make washing powder. They make hand soaps. They make shampoo. They make a shampoo, washing powder, hand soap, shampoo. Then they make coffee and they also make something else, which is cookies, multi-grain cookies. Okay. There's a company which is making all of this. Now, this company's the head, the CEO of the company says, boss, listen, each of my businesses, what I'm going to say here is of most importance in this topic of SPU. Listen to this very carefully. The CEO brings together all these people and says, hey, boss, listen, all of these businesses have a different market, have a different customer, have a different competitor, are a different product, and require different amount of investment in manufacturing, marketing, people, in advertisement, in product development, R&D. Everything is absolutely different for all these products. A washing powder is sold to in India, we're taking a general example, to people above 25, 26 years of age who are then independent, starting their families or living in independent in different cities. Children under the age of or people under the age of 21, 22 generally do not buy washing powder. Most of you would have bought it, but you don't probably think about buying washing powders. But once you get into 25, 26, you start thinking about buying washing powders. So the customer base is different. Coffee, on the other hand, is bought by ages like 14, 15, 16 till 80, 90. Everybody needs that coffee. So the customer base is different. Okay. Soaps, different. Shampoo, more females buy shampoos. Male, probably men buy less shampoos, relatively. Okay. Not saying they don't buy, but relatively they buy less. Okay. The markets are different. Every product even has a different competitor as well. It's not like the competitor of coffee is also the competitor of washing powder. So the competitor of coffee may be a Nestle or Brew, but they're not making something of like Brew is also HUL though, but another company in coffee, right? But maybe washing powder is a different competitor altogether. So how do I manage this business? I don't understand. I really get confused and I'm not able to focus on these products, and all of these are massive businesses. I'm not able to manage, take decisions. How do I do that? So this person says, the CEO says, okay, let us break these down into strategic business units. Each of my brands, each of my businesses will operate as a separate business within the main business. I will be the head of all the brands, but each brand will then have its own CEO, and that brand or product will function as a separate strategic business unit. It will have its own team, own finance, own marketing, own production, अपनी factory, अपना ही सब कुछ. It is separate and it is strategic. It will operate in isolation from other products because they are absolutely different. And if a product is very similar in terms of customers, market, competitors, we will put those products together into one SBU. Okay? Now, like brand managers, Uday, absolutely brand managers. They we call those CEOs as brand managers, but they manage everything around that. Now, this is the concept of strategic business unit when the products are very different. Strategic business units can be made basis any logic which makes sense to you as a business head or a business person. It can be based on geographies, saying that, okay, listen, Asia is my one strategic business unit. Okay. Latin America is my second business unit. Europe, Central Europe, Eastern Europe, Western Europe, these are my different strategic business unit. North America, which is US and Canada, are a different SBU for me. You can divide your business based on geography. You can divide your business based on product. You can divide your business based on customers. You can divide your business based on competitors, on technology, on geography, on people, on personal choice. Whatever you feel makes most sense strategically, that is where you create an SBU. Okay. Strategic business units, isolated, separate strategic units which operate self-sufficiently and report to the group parent company CEO. Many companies, not just HUL. Most of you are giving examples of HUL. HUL is a great example, but every FMCG is like that. Reckitt Benckiser, P&G, HUL, okay, Dabur, Marico, even Tata Consumer, okay. Then you can take Ashirwad is by ITC. So ITC, again, Godrej Consumer Goods, absolutely an SBU structure. Patanjali is also an SBU structure. L&T, Wipro, Infosys, Tata. Pick up any company, and every company which is very, very huge or difficult to manage is broken down into SBUs, which operate isolated, focused. So isolated is a wrong word. The right word could be they focus on their own business only. That's how you should portray it. Isolated is not the right word probably to use. It's more like they are more focused on their markets and products rather than being confused by other products in the business. Okay. Strategic business units. Let's understand an SBU. A strategic business unit is a self-contained unit within a company that operates as a separate business entity. It's like a mini business within a larger company. And SBU has its own set of goals, its own strategies, its own resources, and is responsible for its own profit and loss. In the Indian food industry, let's say we have a company called Taste Bite, which has three SBUs. Now, SBU1 is street food, focuses on offering popular street food items like chaat, kebabs, all these packaged products. SBU2 is desserts, specializes in creating unique and exotic desserts like gajar ka halwa and kulfis and all of those into packed products. And SBU3 is Health Bite, which offers healthy and nutritious snacks like energy bars and trail mix. Three different markets, three different strategies, three different types of customers, three different SBUs. Now, each SBU has its own management team, its own budget, its own operations, but they all share the same parent company, which is Taste Bite. So a street food, desserts, and health bite, all of these fall under Taste Bite. This allows for greater focus on specific markets and products while also benefiting from the resources and expertise of the larger company. For example, SBU on street food, they can focus on developing its own brand of spices and sauces while sharing the company's logistics and supply chain management with the other SBUs. Now, similarly, SBU2, which is desserts, can leverage the company's marketing expertise to promote its own new product launches. This structure allows TasteBite to diversify the offerings, reduce the risk, and increase the efficiency in the overall company, ultimately leading to a higher and better growth as well as profitability. Okay. Is it like different segments? Yes. Is like a resulting company? Yes. If less profit in one unit and more profit in the second unit, that is how business is. That is, they will never be equal. They will never be equal. Different market, different product, different customer, different price point, different competitor. Same कैसे होगा? Arun is giving AS17. Wow, Arun, what a studious guy. Can we take Haldiram's as an example? We can. Same. We just took an example of kind of Haldiram or Sagaratna or Sarvana Bhavana or A2B for our friends from southern India. A2B is famous there. Haldiram's is in northern and eastern parts. And we have Pune people will know Chitale Bandhu, right? All these big brands. Each city has its own Haldiram's. Okay. Balaji wafers as well. A2B is also there in the south. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A2B. I've been to south. I've lived in south for a couple of years, so I know A2B. That was my staple restaurant for all the nashtas, the kara bhat and bisibile bhat. I used to eat there. Good. Several Indian companies have adopted the SBU structure to manage their diverse business lines effectively. For example, Mahindra Group. For example, ITC, right? Mahindra Automotive, Mahindra Finance, Mahindra Sunten, right? Mahindra is doing so many different businesses. Mahindra and Mahindra Bank hai, Mahindra Finance hai, automotive cars hai, then energy is Sustain is their new sustainable kind of a company for renewable energy solutions. It's an SBU. ITC Foods, ITC Hotels, ITC Paperboards and Specialty Paper Division, all of this SBU under ITC Limited. Different businesses, different customer, different competitors. Okay, very nice. The three levels of organization and the network between them. Listen to this very, very carefully. Okay. Functional and divisional relationship. It is an independent relationship where each function or division is run independently, headed by the function and division head. Okay. Now, functions are basically finance, human resource, marketing, etc. While divisions may depend on products like a toy manufacturer has kids' toys, teenager toys, etc., etc., etc. Okay. The horizontal relationship is now all positions from top to staff level employees are in the same hierarchical position. Agar if the CEO and the functional people are together in a room and taking decisions for the company, it's called a horizontal relationship. Okay. If the CEO, the division manager, and the functional people are sitting in the same room taking decisions, it's called a horizontal relationship in the organization. It is a flat structure where everyone is considered at the same level. Now, this leads to openness, this leads to transparency, this leads to a culture of sharing and focuses more on the idea of innovation and sharing thoughts and ideas. Generally, generally seen in startups, right? Where you need speed to take decisions and share ideas amongst the teams. Okay. Generally seen in startups. Horizontal relationship. The second is a matrix relationship, my friend. Now, matrix relationship features a grid-like structure. Okay, it is complex for smaller organizations, but very, very, very effective for big organizations, which are extremely useful because they are huge. 30,000, 40,000, 1 lakh employees, 2 lakh employees. They have to manage big, big business units, big, big divisions. So they have this complex structure where every division has its own functional team. There are 10 divisions. Each of them have a CFO, CEO, and CTO, then marketing team, branding team, operations team, supply chain team. It's a matrix. Every people going down, so it creates box-like structure, creates like a box-like structure where a lot of people work together. A lot of people work for their business, commonly in functions. They talk to each other, but they're only responsible for their own business. The way to reach to the CEO goes through levels. You cannot just pick up the phone and talk to the CEO saying, boss, this is not going good, you have to change something. You can't do that. You have to go through hierarchy, you have to go through levels. That is more useful and relevant in a matrix or a big organization. Okay. Like Meta Workspace, yep, absolutely. Facebook Office, very open, horizontal, that's right. नीरू आपको हिंदी में समझना है, सिंपल समझा देते हैं. हॉरिजॉन्टल होता है जब सब लोग एक कमरे में बैठ के आपस में बात करते हैं. देयर इज नो लेवल. ऐसा नहीं है कोई सीईओ है, कोई फंक्शनल है, कोई जूनियर है, कोई इंटर्न है. सब लोग एक साथ काम करते हैं, एक साथ बैठ के आइडिया शेयर करते हैं. उसको बोलते हैं हॉरिजॉन्टल. इट्स एन ओपन स्पेस, राइट. ज्यादातर स्टार्टअप्स में होता है, बट व्हेन द कंपनीज आर ह्यूज, बिग कंपनीज, हजार दो लाखों में लोग काम करते हैं, वहां पे लेवल्स बनाने पड़ते हैं, बिकॉज then it becomes more useful or makes more sense. ताकि एकदम सभी उठा के सीईओ को फोन कर देंगे फिर तो 1 लाख लोग रोज सीईओ को फोन करें, ये नहीं काम करता आपका, वो कंपनी ये गलती है, वैसे कर लेते हैं, ऐसे कर लेते हैं, आइडिया देता हूँ आपको. दैट डजंट हैपन. देयर हैज टू बी लेयर्स बिकॉज देयर सो मेनी पीपल, सो मेनी थिंग्स टू मैनेज. यू कैन नॉट जस्ट टॉक टू 1 or 2 people every single day. Okay, that's where matrix relationship comes into the picture. With that, we complete our chapter number 1, my friend. Okay. With that, we complete our chapter. And I call this as SPF 50, which is one, we simplified it. It was practical and it was fun. And I hope it was so, right? People are saying thank you, but the war is not over. What I have now is questions for you. Okay. What I have now is questions for you. For the next 10-15 minutes, what we will do is we will do some questions for practice from chapter number 1. Okay. People are asking me, will we practice questions? Will we get some questions? How do we do that? I can't do this, I can do that. This is where you practice now. Okay. What is the primary purpose of a company's vision and mission statement? Options on your screen tell me. Majority people saying C, some people saying B. Okay, this says Avengers Assemble. Avengers have not studied from us, so they'll fail. With the new Iron Man coming now. Majority people say answer is C, to inspire and focus the organization's efforts. The correct answer is C, to inspire and focus the organization's efforts. Very nice. Another question on your screen. XYZ Inc. is a multinational conglomerate with 5 strategic business units: aerospace, automotive, electronic, healthcare, and energy. Aerospace SBU has been facing declining demand for its commercial aircraft parts due to global economic downturn. The CEO has asked the SBU manager to come up with a plan to revitalize the business. What should the SBU manager prioritize in their plan? Think about this. Question on your screen, my friend. The question is on your screen. People on the BOS app, I see your answers as well. Pranjali, Sadab, I see you. The correct answer for this is what? Thank you, Najila. I just saw your message. Good to see you from Tamil Nadu. The correct answer is option B. Why? Economic downturn hai. What would you do? Economic downturn hai. The economy is going down. What would you do? Would you increase production capacity to meet existing demand? It's an economic downturn. Doesn't make sense to increase demand. Diversify the product and portfolio by entering the new markets? Maybe yes. Reducing costs to maintain profitability? Why would you do that? Right? Reduce kar doge aaj. So again, it's declining demand due to economic downturn. When the economic downturn comes back, how will you manage that? How will you manage that if you cut down your cost, you cut down everything? If when, let's say 6 months, there's a boom in economy, would you be able to come back? Focusing on developing new technologies to improve competitiveness. No. Economic downturn. Think about this, man. In economic downturn, who invests in R&D during an economic downturn? The interest rates are high, right? There is no future visibility. Why would you invest money in R&D during an economic downturn? Unless you're very sure of next 6 months, something big is going to happen, right? So the best thing is to diversify the product portfolio. This market is declining, my friend. This market where they're selling, the declining demand is in their existing market. The best strategy during economic downturn is find a new market. Maybe giving you an example, let's say aircraft parts are not being sold in Europe and America. Maybe go and sell in Russia, maybe go and sell to Japan, maybe go and sell back to India, right? Change the market, diversify your product portfolio, right? If they don't want such big technology, change the technology down, maybe sell less or not so premium products, but in different nation. You can do that. Thank you, Nitin. Thank you, Rajnandi, for helping Priyanka on the chat. I see you guys just replied. Rajnandi, very happy you're replying to the correct one. Very nice. Thank you so much. Next question on your screen. Alpha Limited is a leading player in the software industry, my friend. Okay. Now providing innovative solutions to its customers. The company has been growing steadily over the years, but okay, now the management team is concerned about the increasing competition and changing market dynamics. They recognize that the company's success is not solely dependent on the current products and services, but also on its ability to adapt to changing market conditions. Which aspect of strategic management is being discussed here, my friend? बताइए बताइए. Adapt to changing market conditions. What aspect of strategic management are we talking about here? Majority people saying option number D, some people saying A, some Arvind says CE. दोनों option. Very nice. Exam में नहीं दे सकते ऐसे. D D D D D C A C A D. Okay, confusion. Confusion. The correct answer is A. Why? Why? Helps organization to be proactive. My friend, proactive कहाँ से पढ़ रहे हो? बताइए. Read the case scenario very carefully, my friend. The company has been growing steadily over the years, but now it is concerned about the increasing competition and changing market dynamics. Future खतरे में है. Future is in khatra. They recognize that the company's success is not solely dependent on its current product portfolio, but also on the ability to adapt to changing market conditions. Adapting to the changing market conditions is enhancing the longevity of the business. People are saying, why not D? Okay. Helps organization to be proactive. It does help. It is helping here. But right now, the case scenario is more concerned about the future state of the business. Business rahega bhi ya nahi. Your option number D is right, my friend. But the case scenario, people, the business is concerned about future. Today we are growing steadily, but huge competition coming. What do? Adapt to changing market conditions, right? Now its ability to change. Proactive क्या होगा? Correct चीज बताना. Okay. Now, had this scenario been, they recognize the company's success is not solely dependent on its current product and portfolio services, and hence they bring a new product in the market ahead of the competition. Think about this. Instead of solely being dependent on the current portfolio, they introduce a new product before the competition because they're concerned about the increasing competition, my friend. If they are proactive, they will introduce a new product before competition. Now that's proactive, my friend. The case scenario is confusing you by saying कि कुछ अच्छा पहले कर लेते हैं, right? Before the D-Day comes, let's do something. That's right. That's right. But what you will do before others is proactive. But the case scenario here is talking about it to ensure longevity, ability to adapt changing environments कर लेना भैया, तो longer you will sustain in the business. Okay, enhance the longevity. Understood? Very nice. One last question for you, and then I will open up for questions, 10 minutes, and then we wrap up. Enough of Sunday studying, okay? Last question, big one on your screen. Read this very, very, very carefully, and then we open for questions. Novatech is a leading software company in the industry. In recent years, the company is facing competition from new entrants and has struggled to keep up with the rapid pace of technology changes. CEO Radha has been under pressure to deliver consistent growth and profitability. She realizes that the traditional reactive approach to management, right, where they respond to changes as they arise, is no longer effective. Reactive hona band karo. She starts by conducting a SWOT analysis, identifying the company's strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. This helps her and her team to develop a comprehensive strategy that takes into account the company's competitive position, market trends. One of the key strategies they develop is to invest in research and development to stay ahead of the competition. They also establish partnerships with other competitors which have the expertise. They create a dedicated team to monitor industry trends and identify the threats early on. Which aspect, my friend, which aspect are we talking about here? Very confused. I have seen all options A, B, C, D, E. सारे option देख लिए मैंने chat में. Think about this. We were just talking about this in the previous question as well, my friend. I just talked about it in the last question. Hint दे रहा हूँ. In next 10 seconds, let me reveal the answer. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The correct answer is answer D. It helps the organization to be proactive. She understood that reactive strategy is no longer effective. She realizes that the reactive approach to management is no longer effective. And so they start being proactive by figuring out opportunities, their own strengths, putting money in R&D, potential risk को cover कर रहे हैं, they're building partnerships, overcoming companies. They are being proactive. They are being proactive. Corporate defense mechanism is against failure. They are not failing. Where have we written they are failing? The competition is increasing. That will always happen. Corporate defense mechanism is not against competition. It is against you going downhill. Law change हो गया, key person की death हो गई, right? Technology चोरी हो गई, technology बंद हो गई, environmental concern आ गया. All of that is corporate defense mechanism where the failure is written. Competition will always be there. Against competition, there is no corporate defense mechanism. Okay. The organization is being proactive here because reactive is not working. So now they are figuring out, what am I good at? What is the opportunity in the market stand today? Let me go and capture that. Okay. And that is being proactive. That is being proactive. Why not A? Again, we're getting confused here on it. Last question. C. Recognizes is not solely dependent but also on its ability to adapt to changing market conditions. Here, we have not specified what will the company do. That's why it's longevity. The thought process for strategic management here is, okay, I want to sustain my business. I don't want to go out of business. I want to sustain my business. It's my longevity, right? My focus is longevity. But here, I am telling you what am I going to do specifically. I am being proactive here. I am being proactive here. It's like I want to invest a lot of money in fixed deposits and not go into equity markets. That's my longevity, right? I want to sustain, I want to be slow growth FD person. That's longevity planning. So for that, what I do is I start putting money in FDs starting today. I'm being proactive. I'm not just thinking, I'm not just dreaming, this is what should happen. I am doing. When I am doing, I am proactive. When I'm thinking about longevity. I'm strategizing about long term. That's longevity. I am doing it right now, being proactive. The second question. How would be core competency any different? Very different. Core competency is like I am excellent in supply chain. That's my core competency. I'm absolutely good in designing. Your iPhones are good in designing and marketing. That's the core competency. Where does this sit in anyway? Thank you, Anil. Okay, with that, the chapter is over from my end. I'll open up the chat for the next 10 minutes for any questions that you have, chapter number 1. And next weekend, we start with chapter number 2. Next weekend, we start with chapter number 2. Very long chapter, but very, very interesting and fun. Okay, let me just see. People want to share something. Ranjita, go ahead. Ask your question.
Morning, sir.
Morning.
So I have a question. In the Bangalore garment business, they are doing like a pieces per hour. Garment business. They are doing garment business per hour. They are accepting 180 pieces. 180
Okay.
pieces per hour. But they are not following intent, because for 1 hour 180 pieces is not possible as a common human being. Their
What if you have
pressure.
10 people, Ranjita? What if they have 10 people? We never talked about the number of people they have.
Yes, it's not number of people. They are expecting a 180 pieces per hour.
Correct. Machine can do that. Or even 10 people can do that. Isn't it?
Yes,
You're
sir.
getting into the details of the question. I get your point. What you're saying is the intent. If you're asking one single person to do that, then that's a bad intent. Okay. You're just trying to outplay that person saying create 180. Probably you're right. But again, I'm just thinking that's just an example. But again, maybe a machine or 10 people could do that. Right?
Yes, sir. But if one people is not doing that, they are using bad words.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Then that's a bad intent. Then that's not a long-term business strategy that they're doing, because anyway, once the customers, investors, or people get to know about it, which eventually they will, then the business is going for a loss for sure. Because people don't want to be associated with businesses which are doing that, right? I wouldn't want to buy from such a business.
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay, we have next, we have Sai Kiran. Go ahead. Then we have Priyanka.
Sir, you have given two sets of companies, sir. In first set, you have given a tech company, Zomato and
Correct.
Amazon. In second set, you have given Tata Group, Bharti Airtel, and this Hindustan Unilever. My question is, against each company, you have said some intents, values like that you have given. My question is whether that sentence is not applicable to other companies or not, or that sentence is unique for that company. Please
No.
explain.
These are just examples. Okay, these are just random examples. Every company has an intent. Every company will have their own set of values. Every company will have their own set of entire thing from values to intent to vision, mission. Those are just examples for you can have name any company. They will have all of this or more or
Not
less.
only values, sir. In some other for tech company, that Amazon and Zomato, you have given some sentences. Whether
Correct.
that is applicable for one sentence is applicable to other company and other company sentence is applicable to first company. Like that, I'm
Absolutely.
asking.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so what you're saying is sometimes we have given a sentence for intent, sometimes you're given keywords, right? It's one and the same thing. So keywords put into a sentence, or it's just how you want to present your intent, right? You can just say my intent is 5 key points, or you can just say a single sentence, my intent is this. It's just that. It's just how you write it. But you can have same sentence form for other companies also. And for Amazon tech companies also, you can have keywords. So it's just how you want to write that. No specific rule and format.
So we can interchange the sentences. Sir.
Yeah,
One
yeah,
sentence we
absolutely.
can.
Absolutely.
Right. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, Priyanka, you can unmute yourself. I see your hand raising as well.
गुड मॉर्निंग सर।
Morning.
सर मुझे एक बिजनेस ओपन करना है, तो बिजनेस
Uh-huh.
एनवायरनमेंट के लिए मैंने बहुत सारी लोकेशन पे विजिट किया और फिर मैंने एक लोकेशन चूज की। फिर उस
Okay.
लोकेशन पे मैं कैसे चूज करूंगी कि मेरे बिजनेस एनवायरनमेंट के लिए कौन से फैक्टर्स सही रहेंगे अगर मुझे एक न्यू आईटी बिजनेस सेटअप करना है तो?
कौन से फैक्टर्स फॉर एनवायरनमेंट, क्वेश्चन फिर से समझाइए प्रियंका। आई डिडंट नो।
सर
सो आपने एक लोकेशन देखी, वहां पे कंपनी खोलनी है, आपने एक्सटर्नल एनवायरनमेंट के कौन से फैक्टर्स देखेंगे, आप ऐसा कह रहे हैं?
बिजनेस एनवायरनमेंट के जैसे क्वेश्चन है कि बिजनेस एनवायरनमेंट में हम क्या फैक्टर्स देखेंगे एक न्यू कंपनी सेटअप करने के लिए।
तो चैप्टर
तो
2 और
सर
3 में हमने पढ़ना ही है अभी। We're gonna talk about business environment in chapter 2 and 3, जहाँ पे हम एक्सटर्नल और इंटरनल दोनों एनवायरनमेंट पढ़ेंगे।
सर इन ब्रॉडली अगर मुझे इस क्वेश्चन को डिफाइन करना होगा तो दोनों फैक्टर्स लेना पड़ेगा, एक्सटर्नल इंटरनल
Absolutely.
एनवायरनमेंट।
Absolutely.
ओके सर, थैंक यू सर।
The best way to answer will be if depends on the marks also, right? कितने मार्क्स का क्वेश्चन है, अगर ज्यादा मार्क्स का क्वेश्चन है तो you should probably mention both of those.
सर अगर 5 मार्क्स का क्वेश्चन है तो
दोनों
पूरा मतलब उनको डिफाइन करना पड़ेगा।
brief में you can give your key points, you can just explain an external and internal environment, what it is, give the key factors to consider, and most of it give 1 or 2 examples, more than enough.
ओके सर, थैंक यू सर।
Perfect. Okay, let me see any questions or doubts in the chat. I'll in business, such an interesting subject. Thank you, Bholanath. Very happy you're liking the subject. AI company about strategies. Okay, Tameshwari. इन डिविजनल स्ट्रक्चर एक ही एचआर एक ही फाइनेंस टीम काम करेगी या एवरी डिवीजन का अलग अलग डिपेंड्स। ओके, सो कहना, सो इफ देयर इज अ सिंपल डिविजनल स्ट्रक्चर तो एक ही होगा, इफ देयर इज अ मैट्रिक्स डिविजनल स्ट्रक्चर तो मल्टीपल होंगे। ठीक है, इट रियली डिपेंड्स ऑन व्हाट काइंड ऑफ मैट्रिक्स स्ट्रक्चर यू आर इन। इफ इट्स अ सिंगल सिंपल डिविजन देन सिंगल होगा, इफ इट्स अ मैट्रिक्स डिविजनल स्ट्रक्चर तो बहुत सारे होंगे। What is the difference between corporate and functional level? Corporate is CEO, CFOs, functional is you and me. People who start their careers are actually working. Kiran, what is your question? You want an advice? What advice do you want, Kiran? मेरे से क्या advice चाहिए आपको बताओ? How can I help with an advice? Super, very happy. We are Niketana, very happy you understand that. Good to read that. Awesome, Neeru. Very happy you understood all. And I'm glad I'm able to share whatever I know. Crystal clear, Priyanka? Super. I'm here for another 2-3 minutes. Feel free, ask questions. Pooja, you want to unmute yourself? Here you go. I see a hand from you.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, Pooja. How are you?
I'm fine, sir.
सर
Yes, please.
आई वांट टू नो अबाउट सर एसबीयू
Okay.
जैसे कि सर एसबीयू मतलब जो डिफरेंट ब्रांचेज होती हैं उनको बोलते हैं या फिर जैसे कि क्या हम जैसे सेम प्रोडक्ट है हमारा उसको हम डिफरेंट डिफरेंट मान लो अब्रॉड में इंडिया में अलग अलग कर रहे हैं तो उसके लिए अलग अलग एसपीयू बनाए जा सकते हैं इसके बारे में थोड़ा जानना था सर।
Generally not, Priyanka. Well, it's an interesting question कि देखो basically पूजा right? हाँ.
यस
So
सर।
so पूजा interesting question है क्योंकि इसमें see depends on how it's a very open thing how businesses want to operate. ठीक है. सेम प्रोडक्ट है तो जनरली उसका डिफरेंट एसबीयू नहीं बनेगा. ओके. सेम प्रोडक्ट होगा तो वो एक ही एसबीयू में होगा. इवन इफ इट इज यूएस में बिक रहा है, कनाडा में बिक रहा है, इंडिया में बिक रहा है, जापान में बिक रहा है, श्रीलंका कहीं भी बिक रहा है, राइट, एसबीयू सेम ही रहेगा. बट if let's say the company says कि नहीं, I want to divide my 5 products into geographical SBUs कि इंडिया में 5 चीजें ये 5 बिकते हैं तो इंडिया एसबीयू बना दो, यूएस में मेरे कोई 3 प्रोडक्ट्स बिकते हैं तो यूएस को एक एसबीयू बना दो, तो वैसे वो एसबीयू बना सकते हैं, राइट. बट एक
अलग अलग प्रोडक्ट के लिए
अलग अलग प्रोडक्ट के लिए, राइट. बट जनरली प्रोडक्ट लेवल पे एसबीयूज बनते हैं. व्हाई? बिकॉज डिफरेंट कस्टमर्स, डिफरेंट मैन्युफैक्चरिंग. बिकॉज एक प्रोडक्ट की हो सकता है मैन्युफैक्चरिंग तो एक ही जगह हो रही हो. लेट्स से एक प्रोडक्ट है, मैं इंडिया में मैन्युफैक्चर करता हूँ, पूरी वर्ल्ड में बेचता हूँ, राइट. अब मैं उसको पूरे वर्ल्ड का अलग अलग एसबीयू बना दूंगा, मैन्युफैक्चर तो एक ही जगह होता है. देन इट बिकम्स डिफिकल्ट टू मैनेज, कंट्रोल करना और कॉम्प्लिकेटेड हो जाएगा. So unless I have a different market altogether, which has a different competitor, different pricing, different strategy, different procurement, different manufacturing, then I prefer an SBU. But अगर manufacturing same है, marketing का तरीका सेम है, प्रोडक्ट सेम है, देन जनरली हम लोग एसबीयूज को डिफरेंट, एक ही प्रोडक्ट के अलग एसबीयूज नहीं बनाते.
तो सर जैसे कि आपने एग्जांपल दिया था फूड का उसके अंदर मतलब सारे आइटम्स तो फूड के ही थे
करेक्ट.
मतलब तो भी
बट
उसके अलग अलग एसपीयू बने थे।
मैन्युफैक्चरिंग अलग थी, कस्टमर अलग थे. मिठाई का कस्टमर इज वेरी डिफरेंट फ्रॉम स्ट्रीट फूड कस्टमर, इज वेरी डिफरेंट फ्रॉम हेल्थ फूड. पीपल हु आर बाइंग प्रोटीन बार, ठीक है, अब प्रोटीन शेक, प्रोटीन बार जो लोग खरीद रहे हैं वो जनरली गुलाब जामुन नहीं खरीदेंगे, राइट. So the strategy, the marketing, the production, the product, the competitor is very different. If taste bite company का जो health bar protein है, उसका competitor could be some other company which is making a protein bar or a protein shake. बट मिठाई वाला जो सेगमेंट है उसका उसका तो अलग हलवाई कंपेटिटर्स होंगे, राइट. तो कंपटीशन अलग है, कस्टमर अलग है तो खाने की चीज, बट उसको बेचने का तरीका अलग है, प्राइस अलग है, कंपेटिटर अलग है, प्रोडक्ट का मैन्युफैक्चरिंग अलग है, मार्केट एकदम अलग है. दैट इज व्हाई इट्स डिवाइडेड इनटू डिफरेंट एसपीयूज.
ओके एवरीथिंग वुड बी डिफरेंट
मोस्टली
देन।
यस. हाँ, मेजोरिटी, सब कुछ नहीं तो मेजोरिटी चीजें तो डिफरेंट होंगी.
ओके सर, थैंक यू सर।
Perfect, thank you. Okay, Dishika, you can unmute yourself as well while I read chat too. Okay.
So the goals and objectives are a little bit confusing. That goals and vision and objective are like same.
You want to like you want me to tell that again? How is goal, vision, and mission different? Is it so? Dishika, you can unmute yourself again, maybe. Sorry, I did not get the question.
Differentiation. Sir, I want a little differentiation that how the mission is different from objective and intent.
Sure. See, mission again is how you want to achieve something, while objectives are real things you need to do to achieve that mission. Okay, like we just said, getting a rank in CA exams is a mission. For that you have to create objectives like every Saturday Sunday मेरे को revision करना है. In the first 3 months of my preparation I have to complete the syllabus. Next 10 days I have to revise. I will do this book, I will do this question paper, I will do this subject first, this subject second. These are objectives, very well defined measurable चीजें जो होती हैं उसको objectives बोलते हैं. ओवरऑल तो मिशन आपका क्या है? रैंक लाना. दैट्स अ वेरी ब्रॉड मिशन, राइट. सो मिशन एंड ऑब्जेक्टिव आर वेरी डिफरेंट इन टर्म्स ऑफ ऑब्जेक्टिव पूरे करोगे तो गोल पूरा होगा, गोल्स पूरे करोगे तो मिशन पूरा होगा, राइट. दैट्स हाउ यू इज. सो आप पहाड़ चढ़ रहे हो, अगर आप धीरे step by step chaloge, those are your objectives, like 10 steps in the first 1 hour, next 5 steps in the next 1 hour to reach the top of the hill. That is your mission. Your mission is to reach the top of the hill, right? That's how mission and objective is different. Intent is an overarching thought, right? Why you want to do a CA, right? Because you want, like, probably you want izzat from the society, you want people to value you, you want to prove to your friends, your families, to yourself that I'm capable and I want to have a good life, right? I want to do this course, get value from the society, and I want to have a good life. That's my good intent to do this particular goal. Or why do I want to get a rank? My intention is because I want to create a good life for myself. That's why my mission is to get a rank. That is your intent. Okay, as a different. Okay, thank you everyone who's saying all understood, and thank you. Corporate and divisional I did. Could not perform well in the sector area. No problem, Kiran. You can always come back and do better. There's always a better day. Divisional and business level. Divisional are managers, senior managers. Business level are so divisional and business is almost the same thing anyway. I thought you were asking divisional and functional. Divisional का दूसरा नाम है business level. प्रोएक्टिव एंड रिएक्टिव इन हिंदी तांबेश्वरी. प्रोएक्टिव है एक कदम आगे रहना, रिएक्टिव है कुछ होने के बाद रिएक्ट करना. ओके, बाहर ठंडी हवा चल रही है, जैकेट पहन के जाओगे, प्रोएक्टिव हो. बाहर ठंडी हवा चल रही है, जैकेट पहन के नहीं गए, वहां जाके शॉल खरीदना पड़ गया आपको, वो रिएक्टिव है. Would be helpful if you could also guide us with answer writing. We will do that. Ample classes. We are just on chapter number 1. I will do everything. I will tell you how to write answers, how to present your answers. We will also upload the PPT very soon. Over the next 1 or 2 days, you will get the presentation uploaded as well. You can refer this. Okay. Can you write the roles of CEO written in the financial management subject? You can, right? If it makes sense. It's a practical subject. True. People who want to do business, it's truly a practical subject. Thank you. Thank you everyone who's saying thank you. Thank you to you as well for being so active. Any handouts for MCQs? I'm sending this, I'm uploading this on the BOS thing, so you can see all the questions in the PDF as well. So that'll be handy for you. Okay, thank you. बिल्कुल हुई थी विकास, मेरी क्लास कल भी हुई थी और अगले सैटरडे संडे भी होगी. Cool. With that, let's wrap up for today. Well on time, 9:32. Thank you everyone for joining on a Sunday, and I will see you next week. And if you have any questions, we'll solve that in the next class as well. Okay. Happy Sunday.